What does it take to build and sustain one of the greatest football teams in history? Now, for years, Pep Guardiola's Manchester City has epitomised dominance, all defined by tactical brilliance, unwavering belief, and relentless mental focus. Yet even the most successful teams face moments of fragility, and this season, City is enduring its worst run of form for more than 10 years, a slump that has left even Guardiola questioning himself. Now, my name's Bowden. I'm a mental performance coach to Premier League players, and today we are going to dissect the mental dynamics of this Manchester City crisis, from Guardiola's visible vulnerability to the ripple effects that this is creating on his players. This is going to be a deep dive into leadership, belief, and resilience. So Pep's leadership has always gone beyond tactics. It is about instilling belief. From his Barcelona to Bayern Munich days, now to Man City, his ability to inspire total commitment has been unparalleled. Now, this philosophy has established a culture of trust and of focus. Players believe so deeply in Guardiola's vision that they operate with bulletproof confidence. They execute complex tactical systems without hesitation. And indeed, the 22-23 historic treble, this wasn't just about talent, it was a triumph of this mental cohesion. Now, Guardiola's transformational leadership style has empowered his players to perform at their mental peak consistently. They're able to eliminate doubt, and this allows them to thrive under pressure. But this season, that bulletproof confidence has started to crack. At the time of recording this, Man City have lost 6 Premier League games and they've slipped to 7th place. They've had injuries to players like Rodri and Ruben Diaz, and this has only emphasised those vulnerabilities. But the deeper issue, this lies in the team's mental state right now. And if we look at Guardiola's recent self-reflections, these have revealed the psychological weight that he's carrying. Now, after the 2-1 defeat to Man United, he actually came out publicly and admitted, "I'm not good enough, it is my fault." Now, Guardiola's openness, yes, it's admirable, but vulnerability from a leader who was once seen as infallible, this starts to introduce uncertainty. Now, historically, City players have never questioned his methods. They have executed them without hesitation. Now, though, hesitation is starting to creep in, and Bernardo Silva has recently pointed out we're in a bit of a dark place right now, and everything looks to be going wrong. Now, psychologists call what is being experienced as cognitive overload. This is when your brain is overwhelmed by uncertainty, and decision making as a result of this slows down. Mistakes multiply. For Man City, this hesitation has manifested in disjointed attacks and defensive lapses. Players who once operated seamlessly now are second guessing themselves, and that split-second delay is costing the team in key moments. Now, leadership is not just about tactics, it is the mental scaffolding that holds a team together. Guardiola's leadership has historically fostered a psychological safety where players have felt confident to take risks and to innovate. But when leaders start to show doubt, that mental framework starts to weaken. Now, Pep's visible struggle has shifted his team dynamic. This has created hesitation where there was once clarity. However, this isn't the first time that a great leader has faced adversity. Let's take Sir Alex Ferguson. During his time at Man United, they endured dips in form, but always they came back, rebuilding by adapting their approach and reinforcing the team belief. Guardiola, he's now facing a similar challenge. The vulnerability is now there, but he needs to balance this vulnerability with resilience to ignite this trust once again in his vision. So Manchester City's path forward now lies in addressing these mental challenges head on, and here's how I believe Guardiola and his team can rebuild. Firstly, they need to reaffirm core values. Now, Guardiola's tactical brilliance has not diminished. He needs to remind players of the principles that have always defined their successes: possession, pressing, and obviously unity. Revisiting these values can provide a mental anchor in these turbulent times. The next thing is to start celebrating process over outcomes. Now, players are naturally going to be focused on results now. How do I know this? It's the natural way that brain operates. It's all over the media. Everywhere you look, everyone is focused on this terrible time that City are going through. This is going to have an effect on the players, which is going to amplify pressure. Now, shifting the emphasis to effort and getting the processes right, even in defeat, will start to reduce the anxiety and start rebuilding that confidence. Next is that Guardiola needs to make sure that he is creating an environment for feedback and experimentation. This can strengthen the trust and the cohesion throughout the team. Next, focus on keystone performances. So whilst I'm recording now, last night's performance, Man City did have one of these potential keystone performances. So they thrashed Ipswich, I think it was 6-0, if I didn't miss any of the last goals. But yes, they absolutely destroyed Ipswich last night. Now this could be their keystone performance. Guardiola could now identify this as the opportunity now for players to kick on, allowing them to rebuild confidence through this latest success. Next is to train this mental resilience. Things such as mindfulness and visualization can help players to manage stress and start to perform better once again under pressure. By preparing mentally for high pressure scenarios, this is going to start reducing hesitation and resharpen that decision making. And next is to embrace self-compassion. Neuroscience shows that self-compassion will counteract the stress response. Now, Pep can encourage players to view mistakes as growth opportunities. This will foster a mindset of resilience and adaptability. And next is Pep's own evolution as a leader. He needs to have a willingness to accept his self-doubt as not a weakness. It is a testament to his humanity. Great leaders evolve through adversity, and Guardiola's current struggles offer an opportunity to redefine his leadership. And his ability to adapt, rebuild belief, and inspire his players will determine how Man City emerges from this slump. But the lesson here is clear. Greatness does not come from never failing. It comes from how you handle failure and how you use it as fuel for your journey. Manchester City's story is far from over, and the best chapters may yet still lie ahead. And it will be fascinating now to see how Pep and the Man City team respond to this. Now, if this deep dive into the mental side of football has resonated with you, please hit subscribe. And if you want to learn more about this mental aspect of football, click on the video on the screen right now.